Hey y'all, Kit Rosewater here. Welcome back to another installment of the Skate and Chat series, where I get to sit down and chat with some of my favorite young readers / skaters about the Derby Daredevil series, and especially the latest addition to hit shelves. Our next guest on the show this week is Vita. Vita is such an awesome kid. She does gymnastics, she's super active, she swims, she reads, she draws, she's an amazing artist. Her mom writes adult and YA fiction. Hi, Wendy. And I'm just so happy to have Vita on the show today, so please give her a very warm welcome.
Hey, Kit.
Hey, Vita. I heard you had some questions for me today.
What inspired you to write a book about roller derby?
You know, there's one thing I really haven't talked about with roller derby yet that needs to be said. And that is that I think one of the best things about roller derby is that there is no one body type or athletic type that does well at roller derby. And so that's something that really inspires me as a person, and so it inspired me to want to write about a group of really different kids who actually have a lot of different sets of skills. And in another sport, you might think, well, that's not going to go together so well because, you don't have a bunch of tall kids, or you don't have a bunch of super fast kids, or tough kids, But with roller derby, the awesome thing is that you need variety for it to work.
Are these characters based on real people, or are they from inspiration from any other life experiences?
Okay, you totally got me. Almost all of these characters are at least inspired by someone or a group of people who I know in real life. I'd like to think I'm creative, but most of the seeds for characters that I come up with are based on someone who I know. So I'll go through a little bit. For the first book, Kenzie really is based on me a lot. So maybe I should get to her another time. Shelley is based on my childhood best friend, Holly. Tomoko and Bree are both based on friends that I have in real life named Tomoko and Bree, because that's just how clever I am. Camila is based on a childhood friend I had in theater whose name was Alana. And Jules is based on a childhood friend I had named Jamie. She was just super feisty, I think is the best word for Jamie. And Jules, so kind of works out.
I have a lot of friends that are really into writing books and even just stories. Do you have any advice for them?
The best advice I could give for anyone who wants to excel at anything, whether that's writing or drawing or a sport, but I'll just stick to writing for this answer, is to not give up and to continue learning along the way. You're never far enough in the process to stop learning, and really there is no great reason for giving up, even when you have tons of rejections at your doorstep. Everyone has something so different to bring to the table, especially when it comes to writing and storytelling. And so I don't want to give any advice that specifically has worked for me but might not work for somebody else in terms of how they tell stories and the process that works best for them. Everyone's voice is unique. Everyone's voice has a place in the canon, on the shelves, needs to be heard and read by others. So just don't give up. Take those rejections or feedback that you get as you continue the path to being an author someday, and learn. Vita, it was such a pleasure having you on the show this week. Thank you so much for stopping in. Everybody check out Wendy Hurd's books if you are teenaged and older, since Wendy writes for adults, but she's a fantastic writer. And Vita is just such an awesome kid, so it was wonderful to have you. Thank you so much, Vita. Stay tuned for our last episode of this series next week, when we get to head over to the skate park and meet some really awesome skaters from the Narwhals roller derby team in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and get to chat with them a bit. So stay tuned. Until next time.